forbidden show of mystery.
It's the forbidden show of mystery. It's the forbidden show of mystery. It's the forbidden show of mystery.
From the Forbidden Room of Mystery, it's the Forbidden Show of Mystery, with your forbidden host of mystery, Ben Craven!
Yeah. Hey, it's no worries, we'll fix that in the mix. What? We'll get Bob to fix it and mastering, it's his problem now. Right. Bye. Oh, didn't see you there. Lucky I'm mic'd up. Welcome to the Forbidden Show of Mystery. On this very special first double-length episode, we're going to see, yours truly, Ben Craven and The Section, interviewed by Kevin Mulryne from yesmusicpodcast.com. There's going to be music, there's going to be mayhem. So take it away, Kevin. Okay, well, welcome to this fabulous prog rock escapade. Welcome to Ben Craven and The Section. Thank you, Kevin. It really is a pleasure to be here. Let me introduce Chad.
How you going? Nice to meet you.
And this is young Jason here, the fellow with the hair.
Hi, Kevin. I did my hair specially.
Yeah, I just had it cut.
Great. Well, just before you get going with some actual music, I've got a couple of questions I'd like to ask you, if that's okay.
Yeah, we knew this would happen.
First of all, how did you guys get together? I mean, Ben, you've got some great music out. Your latest album is one of my particular favourites in the prog rock genre. How did you guys get together? Because I know Ben, that you, on your album, your last album anyway, and not particularly in the past, but most recently you've very much been a solo artist. So what was the idea behind getting some other guys in to play your music?
Oh, well, we had to figure out a way to play it live. Really, that's what it came down to. You have to play live and get a bit of promotion, or that's it. So as it turns out, these guys, Jason, I've been playing in and out of, covers bands with Jason for at least 10 years now. I think I only drove him out once, and he came back for more.
Yeah. It's a bit more interesting playing this type of music than the covers, for sure.
And Chad must be at least 5 years we've been messing around. So it just came together organically. We didn't really aim to form the band. We just happened to be playing in the same room at one time, and we started messing around with songs, and we thought we could make a go of this.
Yeah, I think those albums you mentioned, Kevin, were the really lush arrangements with lots of keys and different instrumentation, that it kind of presented a challenge just breaking it down to a three-piece. But I think we're pretty happy with the results.
It's different. It's different from the album. There's no point in trying to, if you've got 10 instruments going at once, it's pointless to try to recreate that as a three-piece. So it's been reinterpreted, and these guys put their own spin on it.
Yeah, it's like, what do they call it? Necessities, the sort of catalyst for invention or whatever. So, and that's what we sort of had to do.
Yeah, it's the father of invention.
Yeah, that's it. Or the mother, maybe.
Wasn't that Frank Zappa?
Yeah, here we go. We're getting started now. Any other questions, Kevin?
Just say a word or two about Chad and Jason and their different roles in the band, because at the moment I don't know who plays what.
Well, I'll pass it over to Chad.
Sure. Yeah, pretty much handle the bass duties and a bit of background vocals. I think it's been a bit of a challenge kind of interpreting Ben's material and trying to put my own personal spin on things, but we usually kind of find a middle ground, and Greenie is just percussionist extraordinaire.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, he's extraordinary anyway.
Extraordinary at a lot of other things. Extraordinaire, yeah. Yeah, I think Ben gives me a little bit more freedom with the drums because I don't know. I think because his guitar background, he is a bit more pays a bit more attention to what's going on with the other sort of melodic instruments. So you're not so harsh on me, but you let me know if what I'm doing is not really what you want to hear, and so I try to put it as much as I can. And it's kind of like when it's a 3-piece and it's such a lush album version, you sort of have to busy it up a bit. So, yeah.
Jason has aspirations to sing soon as well. So.
Great.
And pretty soon that's going to move on to songwriting too, I suspect. And then he's out of the band.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, do you want to get set up then and tell us what you're going to play?
Yeah, all right. We'll start with the opening 2 tracks from Great and Terrible Potions. It's Diabolique leading into Nobody Dies Forever. And we'll be right back after that.
Excellent.
So if you'd like some filler chat while we do our business.
This is what my son would call the fourth wall. We're live in Australia here. The guy's getting ready.
Great.
And this is really a first for prog rock. This is quite amazing.
The only people stupid enough to try it.
We shall see.
As I said, it's either going to work or it's going to be a spectacular failure.
Okay.
Either way, it's worth watching.
Making history is never easy. You've got to expect a few speed bumps along the way.
Absolutely.
So as Jason was saying earlier, if there are any mistakes, that's simply to prove that it's live. deception, a hero returns. Let's come back for a chat.
Right.
As promised, we proved it was live.
That came over really, really well. I mean, I don't know how many are watching, but certainly be able to watch back to the recording. So
Thank you very much to our watcher out there.
a first for prog rock. Excellent stuff. Well done. Ben, tell me about that the opening of the album there, those two songs. Tell me about the genesis a bit of them, how you came to write them and what they're about.
Nobody Dies Forever is where the whole thing came from, and that was an attempt to put a James Bond theme with a B-grade science fiction Bernard Herrmann kind of sound. On the recording, it's pretty close to that, and I got to the point on the album. I'd been leaving the middle section of Nobody Dies Forever out. I knew I had to put something in there. And it was actually going to be Diabolique, and it was the last thing that had to be finished on the album. I sat down, I started playing Diabolique, and as I built it up, it was, well, this is. I'm going to have to open with this, and so it took a different life of its own, and there's a bit of trying to channel Keith Emerson in the organ part there, but and I added brass, and I had a heap of fun with it. So it grew from the middle section, Nobody Dies Forever. Instead, on the album, I just split up Nobody Dies Forever at the front and the end of the album. And that is the genesis of that song.
Great stuff. Tell me a bit about live then. Obviously, we're broadcasting live in this amazing event for prog rock. But how many times have you guys played live now, and how's that gone down, and how's that been?
Last gig was obviously here in Brisbane at a very, very respectable place called the Tempo Hotel. Yeah. We were part of a 5-band showcase extravaganza. I think we were the third band that played that night, and I think we represented the prog rock genre very well.
That was the trial by fire. That was the first time we played it. That was end of November last year, and then we all took a break with personal issues and all this kind of stuff, but there were no musical differences involved. And we're still getting together and keeping the chops up. It's still a case of trying to add more songs to the repertoire to make it longer. There's songs from the Two False Idols album, which I put out previously. There's more songs we've got to add from Great and Terrible Potions, and then new songs. But I think it comes down to prog rock in Australia. There's just not a huge market for it. So we've got to reach out overseas the best way we can to Europe and America, where there's a growing feeling of hysteria.
There were those two blokes that showed up for the gig, right? They'd heard about it over the internet.
Yes, there were two guys from Progressive Ears who turned up, so that was wonderful.
We have to give a shout out to them. They were really into it at the gig, and I think it shows there is a little bit of a community here for the prog market.
I think we need to make it. We need to own it. Is what it comes down to. Anything you want to add, Jason?
No, that's good. No.
So
Yeah.
So you mentioned adding new songs into the repertoire there. Are there plans for the three of you to write together, or is it always going to be Ben's writing?
There is. We haven't done it yet, but the group's configured that way. It's called Ben Craven The Section, and I think if we write songs as a band, it's just going to be called The Section. So that, that possibility's in there. It's been planted in. We've talked about it. We just have to get down and do it.
I think Ben's got a wealth of material on those 2 albums that he's released, and it's more or less just trying to configure set lists that kind of keep it rocking for a crowd, because there's obviously some room to do some acoustic stuff as well, and I find what we do is change the arrangements a lot, don't we?
Yeah, the arrangements have to be changed to match a 3-piece and to make it more interesting with what we've got to work with. The other problem I've got is I've such a backlog of material I haven't finished off yet, that all my writing time seems to go into that.
I'm having a few difficulties on sound this end now, I'm afraid. But do you want to get set up for some more music?
Sure. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if sound's coming through yet.
Yeah, it's very patchy at the moment, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. Well, it's the problem of this country.
Got a few latency issues across the world here.
So we're going to go on? Go on with the show?
I think it's important that we play a song while the sound is choppy.
Yeah, choppy. That's the best.
Hurry.
What are we doing?
Stevie Nicks, I can't wait.
Nice.
It's so hard to find good help at 12:30 on a Saturday night in the suburbs here. All right, this is a song from Two False Idols, my album previous to Great and Terrible Potions. It's called Golden Band, and the latest Two False Idols remix. It's a part 1 and a part 2, but we're going to play them together.
Master of perfect timing when the moment is wrong. Mystified air of silence lasting too long. Misinterpreted every moment. I'm here with you. Miscalculate every movement, hiding the truth. All the power you wield with your left hand won't satisfy your yearning. All the captives around your golden band won't keep you from returning.
got it, yes. Right, fellas, back to the plate.
I wonder if that worked.
Golden Band. I don't know if it worked.
All right, we've got you back now, actually, Ben.
At which point did we lose you? Because that was like the best performance we've ever done.
Yeah, that would have been the pinnacle.
Well, it's just a good job you're recording it a different way, because I'm afraid the YouTubers didn't hear that.
Did you hear anything at all from the beginning of the song?
No, I'm afraid not. Nothing at all.
No. You've had 7 minutes of silence.
This is live television, folks. There must have been some interesting guitar faces.
Sounds like the gremlins are against us.
Yeah, we just actually played a joke on you, Kevin. We didn't play a thing.
Yeah. I just hit things.
Oh, right.
That's all I did.
Well, I was going to say, otherwise we'll just have to wait for the DVD. That's from a previous album. Has that been given many outings live then over the years?
It has, in different formats. It's Two False Idols, the previous album. It was a transitional album between what was more of an acoustic. It started off as a band project. There was acoustic, folk, country, pastoral album, and it started out that way with a couple of songs, but that was after that my writing kind of got more complicated, and it's so Golden Band was the last song recorded for that album, and at that point the arrangements had become a bit more complicated. So it has had some outings, generally acoustically. There you go.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
What's the next one then, Ben?
The next one is the extravaganza we like to call No Specific Harm.
Excellent.
Which has been turned from an orchestral tour de force
To a very rocking number.
to a three-piece.
Three-piece. Extravaganza to a three-piece.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, let's try this.
Excellent.
Now,
All right.
is there a safety signal you can give us there, Kevin, when we lose you?
So I'll wave this time. Yeah.
Can you gesticulate madly?
Gotta have a safety word, right?
I'm not going to try doing yes on a yes specific.
I think it's important we play an inferior version of a Yes song. That'll get the punters going. Let's not do that. What are we doing? Oh, yeah.
No specific
Roundabout.
Oh, good people!
So far, so good, Kevin?
Yeah, we're rocking.
The feed, not the content. Yeah, no specific harm. Let's do this thing. you very much. No specific harm.
Of course, the best one doesn't get online.
That was the best one ever.
Well,
It will be once we fix it.
Hopefully Kevin heard that one.
Did we catch any of that?
Yes, that all came through.
I'm sorry.
I'm interested in the kit you guys use. Can you just tell me a bit about, you just say, what it is? I noticed that the drums are electronic, for example, a bit of the old Bill Bruford's around the Union era.
That the Maestro Anderson knows and demands. This is a bare bones setup we've got here. Greenie, drums?
yeah, I have a bigger electric kit at home, but a long story about my acoustic kit that went disappearing a little while ago. So I don't have an acoustic kit that I can easily pull out. I usually hire one or use the house kit on the night. I have my own cymbals, of course.
As you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just a basic set of V drums here.
We play through the Jam Hub, which kind of allows us to get a really good mix in our headphones, and it also keeps the neighbors from complaining too much.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We are a band by night. Typically, it's 1:15 in the morning, and we couldn't do this without performing it the way we did. So everything's going direct. Bass is going direct. There's a bit of line 6 stuff happening with the guitar at the moment.
So, I mean, you're a multi-instrumentalist, obviously, Ben, and I can see the keyboard there and the guitar. Is it, when you play live, is it mainly the same guitar that you use all the way through the concert?
That's something that's very near and dear to my heart, that question. Typically, recording, I'm going to use all sorts of things. Strats with single coil pickups, because they cut through a bit more easily when you've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. But for essentially a power trio format, I've chosen a Strat there with humbuckers just to try to beef it up a bit. So the album launch for Great and Terrible Potions, I've used the Variax, the Line 6 Variax, which let me play some of the acoustic songs as well. At the moment, we've been concentrating on more power trio rock songs. So generally, a humbucker Strat, or the Tele, which is not there, but the Tele Thin Line 72 reissue. That sort of thing is what I'm using. We've got to put some acoustic in there too, don't we?
Yeah, I think that Variax really has a nice tone to it, and obviously the collection of guitars that Ben has at his disposal really gives us some wide variety.
Yeah, there's no reason we can't do more acoustic stuff. But there's some kind of a purity about playing a Strat with humbuckers and no fancy electronics on the inside. So, just like, this purity with the V drums,
Yeah, that's right.
That's rock and roll, man.
Yeah. And what about the bass? What's the bass? You haven't said much about the bass yet that you were using?
It's a Fender.
That's the house bass.
Yeah.
It's just a precision bass, but Chad's got an Ibanez.
Yeah, you always got to have a backup. So I play an Ibanez ATK primarily, but when we're playing here, we usually just use the stock standard stuff.
Yeah, nothing special in what we're using. Just, as I said, it's the bare minimum to play something and get it out there, really.
Yeah, but it's sounding excellent.
I mean, it might look fairly uncool. Well, Chad and I don't, but Jason probably does.
I just like the headphone look.
It makes it look like you're rocking out live, doesn't it?
The problem with the headphones is it messes up my hair.
Yeah, I see that you're having a hair issue there today.
It's a bit off.
I know.
Should use more gel.
Your hairpiece fell off some point.
Yeah, excellent. And have you got anything else to play with us, to play for us tonight?
No, I think we've outstayed our welcome. These guys are getting kind of tired in their advanced age.
It's not very rock and roll of us, is it?
It's not. No, you should be. You should be just stopping off at the local motel and throwing some TVs into swimming pools and that kind of thing.
Yeah, or a late night Macca's run.
Sure.
Yeah. What about ordering pizza really late? Does that count?
We could order pizza to the wrong address. That'd be funny. That's the sort of stuff we get up to.
Excellent. Listen, thanks so much for giving us this insight into late night in Australia.
No, it's a pleasure, Kevin. And
With all the hijinks and shenanigans that's going on. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
shenanigans, especially.
All right, great. Thanks very much, guys. I'm going to finish the broadcast now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone who watched and didn't turn off in disgust.
See you soon then.
See you, mate. Right, guys, it really sucked. That was awful. What the hell are you trying to put together here?
Are we off?
No, it's still on.
Somebody's going to start crying. Who's going to cry?
All right.
Chad, don't cry. It's not, you know.
Wasn't that great? Thanks for watching The Forbidden Show of Mystery. We hope to see you again very, very soon. Until then, take care and bye for now.